we're going right into AI. We talked about AI, we talked about Chat GPT, we talked about all the wonderful things you could do, write business plans, Excel spreadsheets. We did not know that you was going to be out here catfishing niggas. We did not know women were going to change your profile pictures into the most perfect form of you and use that as ammunition to dominate the internet.
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be alright, nigga. You tough, right?
Dominate the internet.
So, a little bit of backstory. My man's posted online, I ain't gonna put his name out there, but how he was just so devastated about, he was talking to this young lady, you know, engaging with this young lady. He done fell in love with this young lady. And this young lady is a computer.
Damn.
Or was created by one, excuse me. I also seen on the news, they had this AI generated social media profile, and a lot of guys, you know, added it and were commenting on the pictures. Oh, you're so beautiful. It's a fucking AI. Fucking AI.
For every great invention, there's a side effect. Like, there's criminals doing criminal stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I seen a guy one time, it was a police video. He was like marketing this thing that you could get into your car with. He's like, oh, if you lock yourself out of your car, you can use this. Put the shit in your car.
And you just need a little bit of a gap. If you can put your finger in there, you're good. The anti-theft device is not going to let you press the lock and unlock button, so the next thing you got to do is move to the handle. Okay, once you have a grip on the handle, you're going to want to manipulate the operation, and there you go.
Put the air in it and it popped the door open. And this dude made a TikTok where he put a ski mask on and he was like buying one of those. I'm like, for every good invention, there's a side effect. Something's gonna come of it. This is, I guess we should have expected this.
It's just what it is, man. It's honestly, I give credit to the girl that did it. That was smart.
She said, I don't need to pay money for makeup. I don't need to go to the gym. I don't need to do anything.
I can have this computer take my image, doctor it up, Dr. Miami that motherfucker up.
There you go.
I ain't even gotta go to Miami.
You ain't gotta pay no bread.
You ain't gotta do nothing.
You ain't gotta do nothing. All
This
you
shit
had to
took
do
10 seconds.
was pay that little $8.99 for the app or whatever it was, and boom, you got it.
That shit probably made her like a doctor and everything, bro.
Bro, one of my homegirls that I used to go to school with, she used it for a business profile, headshot, snapshot, and I thought that was fly. Like, because it looked real.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fly. I can approve of that usage. What I can't approve of is you out here catfishing niggas. That's crazy.
I mean, who sort of draws the line to
Me.
to how we're using the internet and if we're using it wrong? Like, where is that line at?
Oh, there's no line.
Exactly. So
there's zero line. But I think there's unspoken rules in everything that we do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
That's definitely fair.
Like, and I think that's one of them. Thou shalt not catfish. Like, catfishing in general is wrong.
How different is catfishing than just a woman throwing on a shit ton of makeup?
You mean how different it is?
How different
from
is that?
using AI to throwing on a ton of makeup?
Mm-hmm. I done seen some videos.
That makeup ain't gonna take off 40 pounds.
Oh, this took off 40 pounds. She was a whole different size.
Oh, it's a lot of them. I be seeing them.
Oh.
It contours the body. It shows the perfect dream of you.
Oh.
When I go home tonight, I'm gonna do an AI version of me. 6-pack abs, bulging chest,
head full of hair.
Really, nigga?
Fuck you, nigga. I was getting there.
I had to do it.
Let me self-deprecate.
I had to do it.
Head full of hair. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna just post it online. But like, imagine just catfish niggas.
I mean, but it kind of go back to what I was saying, though, bro. It's just like there is no police to how. At some point, I guess you're gonna need a police to sort of.
Bro, you know what we should do?
Stop this stuff from happening.
We should AI ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
with like these super incredible bodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Super incredible, flawless skin where our pores aren't like,
Have a beard.
oh yeah,
Full
all that
beard.
good stuff.
I've been because this shit
And,
patchy.
and we should just sell fitness plans and skincare products.
Let's do it.
We get the fuck off.
Yo, let's do it.
We can just lie about who we are now and just sell whatever the fuck we want to sell.
We can AI up like these gourmet meals and become chefs and just be chefs. We can do anything. It's AI is gonna make it where you can do so much stuff.
We could sell recipe books.
Mm-hmm.
Like we sell recipe books because we present to you this AI generated plate of steak, lobster, pasta, XYZ, fill in the blank. Like whatever you like, we're gonna do an AI generated photo, and then we're gonna sell you that we're experts, and we're not.
Not even a little bit.
Like that bitch,
I can cook a little bit, but not nowhere near like that.
I can't cook at all. I got a mean scrambled egg game.
But it goes back to you know, at some point what we gonna do. This is just the beginning of all this. Like we just had an episode, like we said, on AI, but it's like you said, it's a good and a bad to everything. It's a paradigm of life that's going positive, paradigm of life that's going sort of evil, negative. And this is just the beginning of the evil negative. Like the catfishing is crazy.
No, it's nuts, man. I can't wait to see chapter 3 of AI, particularly AI nigga shit. And I think this is AI nigga shit, like 101. Like now
niggas about to do some crazy shit with this AI.
We are trying to figure out how we can scam with AI right now.
Somebody is, yep.
It's coming.
Yep.
It's probably already in play. We just don't know about it. Our grandma's gonna get hit for 5Gs.
But part of the nigga shit is gonna be a lot of good though. It's like we talked about the musical artists. You got models. You're gonna have musical artists. You're gonna have albums put out by AI. It's on the way. Honestly, since we talking about albums, ain't no AI gonna be able to top that Gunna album. That shit was just fire.
They definitely gonna be able to emulate that Gunna.
You can't emulate Gunna, bro. Like the way he is just.
Wait a minute. So you supporting snitching now?
Gunna pleaded guilty to 1 count of racketeering, and it was an Alford plea, meaning Gunna does not admit to doing anything wrong, despite pleading guilty to the charge.
I'm pleading guilty, but not admitting I'm guilty. It's just legal jargon, legal maneuvering, but it's the same as a regular guilty plea.
Atlanta attorney Daryl Cohen, who is not part of the case, says prosecutors likely just wanted Gunna out of the way as they focus on trying to convict the others.
Because he's a minor player, so it's just going to clear the deck, if you will, to give us, that is the prosecution, an opportunity to go after the big players in this case.
I'm not necessarily supporting snitching.
Okay.
But if you gonna snitch, you make up for it when you get out and you drop a fire ass
With
album.
the slaps.
Like if Gunna had got out and didn't, drop dead or drop some bullshit,
That's a fact.
like 6ix9ine did, then okay, nigga, you a snitch. Get your ass back in there. But Gunna dropped some fire, so I mean, I know we were supposed to be mad at him, but I forgive my brother.
So the slaps just make you forget that shit?
I mean, he had a point. He had a bar in there. He was like, was I just supposed to be sitting there locked up? I'm supposed to be making fire right now. It's
like, and where do we stop? Like, where do we draw the line with snitching? That's what I want to know. Like, if your brother gets shot and you snitch, like, are we gonna be like, yo, fuck Bobby, man, that nigga snitch, man. Just let me kill your brother, man, and lay it down. Or you gotta go back and get it in street justice.
We about to fade to black. Get your little punk ass out the car, Greg. This is the rematch.
I will say, I know I just brought up Tekashi. I will say his situation in particular was just like, how the hell were we mad at this nigga? From my understanding, they stole his money, they beat his ass, they slept with his girl, and they kicked him out their game.
Yeah, I'm snitching.
I mean, like,
I'm snitching. So, yeah, what Gunna say? Yes, ma'am.
I mean,
Sign me up. I'm snitching too. Be mad at me.
what? Like, was he supposed to just? I didn't understand now. Like, people were so mad at him for snitching. And I'm just like, damn, they did that. Damn,
Man,
they stole his bread.
fuck this girl, beat him up, kidnapped him. It's like, nah, nigga, don't tell nobody. Oh,
He ain't snitch. He was just being honest.
yeah.
That's what happened.
That's what I
Like,
call
he was
that.
just being honest. I mean, so I do feel like there's a line
It's a line, y'all.
with snitch culture. It's just like, yeah, some situations don't be snitching.
I feel like if you gain positively from something, like let's say you my boy, we in some illegal stuff,
Mhm.
right? And we understand the risk. But you didn't do anything to me. In fact, you didn't play a single part in me getting caught.
Mhm.
And just because I get caught, I snitch on you. To me,
Oh.
that's ratting.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah,
condone
yeah.
that. I don't condone that.
Yeah,
like that's the type of
that's
snitching that I
wild.
look at and I'm like, yeah, you
wild.
wild, y'all.
fuck
You
did I have
wild.
to do?
Or we both get caught and we say, hey, don't say nothing.
Which is that go without saying.
And you go in there and you just tell them everything.
Yeah, you snitched.
That's the snitch. I don't condone that.
Gunna might have did that. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know the specifics
I don't either,
of
but
his situation. Yeah.
But
I
that
don't
one,
know.
they all got caught. One of them got out. He might have did that. But then again, he dropped that fire ass out.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to.
So, I mean. Yeah. He did, but I mean, he dropped that fire ass album, though, you feel me?
The slaps, depending on the degree of the slap, how fire that slap is, it can erase some of said wrongdoings.
Yes.
In the court of law.
That's fact. That's fact as hell.
Yeah.
Because he dropped some bullshit.
Oh, we would have got his ass the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but since you did that, I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, we would have Tom Brady that Gunna album out of here. That nigga would have been canceled so quick.
We have to learn to use our resources a lot better. Because the internet is a powerful tool. So if you literally spend all day not refining that tool and using it properly, you're going to, end up on the wrong side of that line that we were referring to.
Yeah, I think like the internet now, right? Like imagine, like when internet was less attainable, like we used to summon the internet. Now it's like the internet is all around you. And so I think what Bobby was alluding to is it's kind of like a garbage in, garbage out system. If you keep asking stupid questions on the internet, if you keep Googling stupid stuff on the internet, your algorithm is going to be stupid. If you keep looking for trash, ratchet shit, if you keep going to the shade room, if you keep going to these videos and these blogs where they talking about bullshit, then guess what gets populated into your algorithm? Bullshit.
And subsequent into your mind. It makes your mind literally what your algorithm is.
100% fact. So
yeah.
Just pay attention to what you're searching for, man. You can change your algorithm. Mindset is everything. And I don't want to go on my Tony Robbins positive power of positivity Tim Tebow shit right now, but like people's algorithms be trash. Like it's no information on your algorithm. And it's funny because you would think if we had all the tools to learn and do better, we would do better. But that's kind of not what's going on right now. Like, you know how you look at an NBA draft and you see somebody like who got drafted high, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you see somebody drafted number 20, and you're like, how did he make it at number 20? Like,
especially, how did he get drafted, be regular, and then get paid $300 million? That is wild. I don't know how that happened.
All right, so I'm not gonna let Bobby skate past this subject and try to throw that in there.
I'm just saying it happens. It happens all the time.
Bobby said, "Get drafted, skate by, and be regular."
Be regular as hell, not even top 10. And
So now
you have one great year, and
so now
you're the highest paid player ever.
to be regular, you have to be in the top 10. I mean, you're outside of the top 10, you're regular.
I mean, beyond that one good year, he was regular.
Let's go into the facts. What Bobby is talking about is Jalen Brown. Shout out to Jalen Brown.
Shout out to him though. Yeah,
He got his money. I knew he was gonna get his money. Well deserved money. No doubt in my mind he was gonna get that money. So Bobby is saying that he didn't deserve said money and that he is regular. How?
Okay, just want to throw this in there before he go on that tangent.
With the facts.
I will never shoot a black man down for getting their money. Never, ever. I was just surprised.
All right, moonwalking, I see.
Nah, I ain't moonwalking. I never shoot a black man down. Shout out to Jalen Brown, yo, number 16 ranked tail getting $300 million. No, it just is a surprise.
Number 16 out of how many players?
Out of the league.
How many players is that? Just for the audience that don't.
I would imagine about 200-ish.
No. There's 30 teams with 15 people on each roster. There's 450 players in the NBA.
Okay, 450.
450. If we just take starters, that's 300. I mean, if we just take the top 10, that's 300 players. But let's do the real. Out of 450 players, you say he was ranked where?
16.
That's not regular.
It's not regular, but he also is the same guy that's been in constant trade talks almost his whole career.
Who are the bums that have been in constant trade talks their whole career? Trade talks don't make you a bad player. That means you got value. Well, that's why they keep throwing you out there, because it don't
necessarily mean that.
Who are the bums who made headlines being in trade talks their whole career, or for 5 years in a row?
There's a lot of players that are constantly in trade talks. CJ McCollum was constantly in trade talks.
CJ McCollum's not a bum.
He's not a bum, but he's not going to get the highest.
He's a top 50 player in the NBA.
He ain't going to get the highest contract in NBA history.
Well, he's not ranked 16 of 450 players.
He was ranked 16 this.
And not only did he rank 16, he's went to 5 Eastern Conference Finals.
He was part of it. Yeah.
Did he go or not?
Yeah, he was part of it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He ain't lead the way, but he's part of it.
Don't care. He's 26 points a game, all NBA player. 27 years old. He got paid the bag. And whether they wanted to or not, they had to pay him because he's an asset. So,
I ain't knocking.
This nigga, he is knocking. He is super hating.
I was shocked.
Super hate. Like,
how was that hate?
Like
I'm not
captain hater.
I'm not in the NBA.
On Jalen Brown.
Shout out to Jalen Brown. I'm just saying. Me and a couple people are shocked. It ain't just me. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
I have seen a little bit of backlash on somebody being the highest paid player in the NBA, which is to be expected when somebody that's not the best player in the NBA
can barely dribble with his left hand, and we talking about the highest paid player in the NBA. I mean, it's just, you know, it's
so
not knocking them, but
got you. So there's a new CBA coming, collective bargaining agreement, new TV contracts, salary cap is going up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go super deep into that. I don't want to get super nerdy with it, but like, inflated contracts happen almost every year. Like, somebody's going to get paid something ridiculous. Like, Jalen Brown is not one of those people. In 2 years, you won't look at this as a ridiculous contract. You won't even look at this as a ridiculous contract next year.
That's fair.
Like,
that's fair.
It's just, like, I just don't understand, like, if this wasn't Jalen Brown and we just put a mystery, like, you know how they say name those players and they put question marks on them and blank the player out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I said, hey, man, this player in the past 5 years has went to the Eastern Conference Finals 4 times. 5 times. One of those times, he went to the finals. And last year, at 27, he had his best year ever, averaging 26 points a game and made all NBA second team. And we said, hey, how much would you pay him? And we just put a blank on it. We would say you absolutely have to pay him the max. And that's what they did. Like, I think Jaylen Brown just gets micromanaged because he's had so much success. And we get to see the people who are successful more often. Like, people that's going out in the first round, we don't talk about them.
I think a lot of people's issue, and I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Your issue.
A lot of people. I'm not the only one. Like,
No, but it's yours though. So I don't want you to speak for everybody else.
Well, it's so many people that agree with me. A lot of people issues. He's the second best player on his team, so it's just like when we say these little caveats, like he went to the Eastern Conference Finals, he did this, he did that. Yes,
no, 5 of them.
Yes, but he was never the reason they went, not directly. It's like if you take the best player off that team and now the best player is Jalen Brown, are the Celtics that good?
If you take Jalen Brown off the team, they don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
But they are better than they are if it's the opposite.
Cool.
Because Jason Tatum is just better than Jalen Brown.
I don't know what that means.
What I'm saying is,
if you had to pay Kobe and Shaq, you had to pay LeBron and Kyrie, you had to pay Wade and LeBron. Every duo, you always have to pay those top 2 dudes if they're all NBA players. There's no way around it. There's never been a dude averaging.
Is Jaylen Brown on the level of any of those you just named? Is he Kobe? Is he Shaq? Is he Kyrie? Is he LeBron?
I don't know. He's 26 points a game, and he is going to 5 Eastern Conference Finals. It's all relative to your accomplishments. I could say these last 5 years, I mean, he's been on a fucking tear. It's been a run.
He had a great last year. I wouldn't say 5 years.
5 Eastern Conference. I mean, he's been the second best player on the team that's been to 5 Eastern Conference Finals. Like, who else can say that? I don't know what more you want him to do. If he was on a bad team, he'd be averaging 30 points a game and shooting a less percentage. But we'd be like, oh man, Jaylen Brown is a stud. But because he takes a lesser role because he's on a talented team, we knock him.
But that's also why he goes to 5 Eastern Conference Finals, because he's on a talented team.
That's why they gave him the money. But he's the talent. Like he's a big piece. Him and Tatum are the show.
You got solid role players that teams just don't have. It's just you got an Al Horford, hard to have. Robert Williams a stud.
Embiid had Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, Al Horford, Tobias Harris.
How different is Jaylen Brown and Tobias Harris?
Way different.
Way different? Ooh.
When the last time Tobias Harris averaged 26 points a game?
Ooh. Way different?
Yes. If Jaylen Brown was on Philly last year, we picked him to win the chip. If you took Tobias Harris off and you put Jaylen Brown over there,
I think if you put Tobias Harris on Boston, they're still in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I feel like there's people behind her that said, you know what? We can sell your personality. And I think they're putting some money into her. Like, I mean, even though she had a lot of followers on TikTok, well, I mean, that could be it, man. We don't have to talk in circles. She took her TikTok crowd and just repurposed it to YouTube to make a podcast. But she's so stale, man.
Actually, there might be something to what you just said. There's a Yahoo article, Who is Bobbi Althoff and Why Do People Think She's an Industry Plant?
Oh, yeah, she's definitely an industry plant, yeah.
It's like, people, like you just said, literally is crazy. Did you read this article?
No.
Oh, well, that's wild. So there are some people that believe that there are some people backing her purposefully. How, I don't know.
No, we've seen industry plans before where they just take somebody they think is sellable and they just put them in a position of prominence. Like, all right, we think we can sell you, so, we put you in the right position.
That's kind of cool.
It is.
It's kind of cool. Hey, industries. I don't know if I want to be an industry plant. I don't.
Oh no, please plant me.
I don't know. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of the name.
It just means that you sellable. Yeah, no. Plant me immediately in whatever dirt you got available.
Plant me in some clay.
Key and Bob is ready to get planted.
I'm telling you.
Wait.
Hey man.
Planted. Okay, yeah.
Planted.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. I guess really shout out to Bobbi Althoff though. I mean, she seems interesting. So she just be sitting there drinking wine. All I need is a wine.
Oh, she's stale, bro.
I got some Taylor Port downstairs.
And you know the name of her podcast?
What is it?
The Really Good Podcast.
Get the hell out of here. We did all this
Bro.
marketing and all this figuring shit out. That's interesting. The Really Good Podcast. I like
Really
it.
Good Podcast. Like I could just imagine like somebody saying, "Hey man, what should we call this?" It's like, well, I think it's gonna be really good. We'll just call it the Really Good Podcast.
That's it. Really Good Podcast.
Really good. It's gonna be really good. Like everybody's gonna like it. It's gonna be good. I'll get Drake on here.
That's what got me when I seen Drake, and they wasn't even talking about shit.
That's what made me think she was an industry plant, is because like it is very uncommon for someone to come out with a podcast and have Yachty and Drake, and they've only had 4 episodes.
She had Funny Marco, Yachty, Drake,
Funny
and some
Marco.
dude I don't know.
Some dude I don't know with dreads and beads in his hair. But yeah, Funny Marco, I get it. You got 1.2 million followers on TikTok. Funny Marco can kind of take some of her fan base,
Add it to his.
Yeah, they can mix fan bases. And I guess 1.2 million followers is significant enough to have a Drake or a Yachty. Because I don't give a shit what kind of fan base it is. 1.2 million is significant.
That also means you getting a check.
She is getting a bag.
A rather large check.
Yeah,
And to take a piece of that check and invest it, that's an investment.
absolutely.
Hey, I'm going to give Drake, 500K, you trying to come on my podcast? 30 minutes, bro.
You think she even had to do that? Like, I think Drake is the key, is the master of seeing that you're hot and saying, you know what? Let me go over here with Bobby, Block Boy JB. Like, Drake sees people ascending and he catches the ride.
And he makes so much money, he wouldn't even care about that 500K, but I don't know, I would take the 500K anyway. But I still think it's investment. I would do that. Like, if I just had 500K sitting around, I know Drake's such a polarizing figure that, bro, come on, we'll get you a little seat right here.
Bro, 500K is crazy.
You're going to make it back, though.
I get it.
You're going to make that back.
I want you to research those figures. 500K for an interview is nuts. Like I need to know if somebody ever got paid that. Like we talking about all NBA niggas getting paid 300 million, and we're gonna do a 500K interview. That's crazy. If we doing interviews for 500K, I ain't never gonna get Drake on this bitch.
CBS paid Oprah $7 million for their interview.
Oh yeah, that's Oprah. That's like,
Oh no, CBS paid at least $7 million for Oprah. Okay, well they paid a total $7 million for Oprah, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry. You know that big interview they did?
okay,
So they probably split $7 million between the two.
got you. That's also
That's a lot more than 500K though.
but that's a TV platform.
Oh yeah. But we just talking about interviews. But it's still the same concept. It's like we need viewers.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get Oprah and her rich ass on here.
Yeah,
And
same concept.
Let's get the Prince
Pay to play.
and his new
Yeah.
new wife. Let's get them on here. It's the same concept, and we gonna flip this because I'm sure the views on that shit was.
No, it was like 6.5 million
I'm
in a
about to
few
say,
days.
I want to say I looked at it even at some point, and I didn't even give a damn. But at
You
some
just let
point,
it play.
I had to look at it somewhere. Cause ain't he the one that got kicked out of his family for marrying a black girl?
Yes.
Yeah, you had to look at that because they were gonna
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah. That was the most irrelevant news I've ever seen, y'all. Like I could give a shit less about Prince Harry or any of that situation. The royal family. We might have actually covered some of that shit.
Oh, Ken Bob, did we?
I think so.
I don't care. $7 million is crazy.
7 minutes crazy.
We are very appreciative of those that do choose to click on Key and Bob and that link and come watch this show. We work hard, man, and we just want to give y'all, the best experience possible. So, again, please like, comment, subscribe, share it to your uncle, cousin, them,